Hey y'all, happy Thursday evening. Welcome to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. Y'all, let's get into some things of the things of the things. Now, listen, Real Housewives of Atlanta taping their reunion today. The seating chart was released. I know that y'all have seen it, talked about it everywhere. I just got home. We talking about it together. Let's get into this seating chart. All right. How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Are y'all glad that it's about to be Friday? Let me know y'all weekend plans in the chat. I say in the chat like I'm live. I'm manifesting. I told y'all I'm going to the hubby's 30th high school class reunion. For those of y'all in the Philly area or Jersey area or south down that way area, y'all may know Adelphia's. That's where it's at. So they're gonna have to sit down dinner. Then afterwards, we about to after party is the after party, and so it should be a good time. All right, let's get into this seating chart. I know y'all have seen it, but we discussing it as what a family. Andy's here. There is the king of the housewives castle, huh? We see. I was going to say we see Bravo, then Shamia. We see Portia and Shamia. That's to be expected. Honestly, though, I could have seen it being Angela because Shamia's thing was with Portia. Portia's thing wasn't really with Shamia. She was trying to avoid that, but hers was her fake beef with Drew. Angela kind of gave it to everybody except Drew and maybe Cynthia because we know her and Phaedra get into it. So anyway, but what y'all think about the Shamia and Portia of it all? Then we have Phaedra and Angelina. That seems fitting considering Angela and her. We discussed this week and her sit down interview with Reality over on page 6. She said Phaedra was clout chasing her. Then Phaedra came back and basically was like, nope, and I didn't know Angela existed, which is so crazy because Angela has a social media presence. No matter what they say about Charles dipping and doing and all that stuff with other women, I don't think he was ashamed of her and was trying to hide her. So I don't like this whole, oh, he's trying to, I didn't know he was married, so it was a secret. Have you ever walked up on him and asked him and he said no? Because then, yeah. But just because y'all didn't run in the same circles, I mean, but anyway, so they're sitting across from each other kind of makes sense. Then we have Cynthia and Kelly. I wonder if that was going to be where Cynthia was that going to be Brit? Because we noticed that Brit's not there. Then we have Drew at the bottom. Drew really could have been sitting next to Andy, since according to Kelly, everybody had an issue with her. Because everybody made these fake beefs with her, I feel like the audience, some of the audience who didn't not dislike Drew, but was just kind of meh, either she's there or she's not, kind of started rooting for her because it was like, nah, y'all ain't about to gang up on her. You know, Housewives fans don't like a gang bang as it pertains to the shows, but anywhere else. But anyway, so I'm wondering if Cynthia would have been switched out for Britt because we know Kelly and Britt fell out. So speaking of, well, before we get into that, let's get into obviously there's no Kenya because she said she was invited and then disinvited. And then remember some weeks ago, we covered Andy was walking outside and somebody asked him, was Kenya invited to the reunion or disinvited? And he kind of talked around it. Well, Kenya posted today. This is what she had to say. I'm disappointed to not be a part of the RHOA 16 reunion taping today. Please know I take full accountability for my actions and deeply apologize to all those affected, including Brittany, the cast, crew, guests, and viewers. I look forward to seeing you all back on Bravo soon. So I feel like either she's saying that for the fan reaction to come out in strong support and then Bravo see that because at this point we know they pay attention to that stuff, right? So either she's saying it for that reason or she was let go last season but will be back next season or suspended and she'll be back next season. Listen, I haven't been team twirl in the past. but my outlook has softened on Kenya. Being Team Twirl or not, I do think that she deserves a second chance, especially because they kept Brit and the things that she said. And they just, I think they should have either removed them both, or the same way Brit got to come on and say her part, Kenya should have got to come on and say her piece, period. So I'm all for Kenya coming back. I do wonder if she comes back, will it be addressed? You know how they kind of have Phaedra say, last time you saw me wasn't at my best or finest or what have you. I wonder if they will allow Kenya to mention it at all. Like, guess who's back? And then make a reference to it or not. I don't know. When she came back after the season that they made her sit out because she had got married off camera, did she address being gone? She didn't address being gone then, right? They weren't really talking about fourth wall stuff then anyway, right? I mean, not too much as they are now. I don't know, but I hope they allow her to come back. I do. I really, really do. Then we can go back to boxing again. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Kenya. She said she looks forward to be back on Bravo soon. I wonder if she's going to be at BravoCon. Oh, y'all, is Brit going to be at BravoCon? Because we know that Brit didn't show up to the reunion. So let's get into some things. A People exclusive written by Dave Quinn. Brit Eady skips Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion taping. Let's go. So it says, People can exclusively reveal that Brit Eady and Kenya Moore both won't appear on the annual season wrap-up, which films in Atlanta on Thursday, June 5th. Each is absent for different reasons. A source tells People Eady skipped for the taping on her own accord amid a fallout with her co-stars, while a second source says Kenya was not invited by Bravo to participate in the reunion. Reps for the network did not immediately respond when contacted for an explanation, but did release a reunion seating chart on Thursday that did not include Eady and Moore in the mix. Eady did not immediately respond to People's request for comment, but we know Kenya issued her statement. So, because Brit was, I think, going to be a part of something at BravoCon, because I'm trying to look it up real quick, because I remember I seen people say, for y'all haters, Brit is not going anywhere. But when you skip a reunion, unless you're Mary Cosby or Jacqueline and Rita, you don't get asked, Brad. So let's see. Here's my thing about Brit skipping the reunion. I wanted to see because I know I saw something, her and BravoCon. Either way, check this out. It's a coward move. And I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm not sitting in the housewife shoes, but I feel like it because according to Kelly, Britt had a falling out with all of her castmates except for Angela. Not Britt, Drew. Yeah, Drew had a falling out. Or all the castmates were coming at her, calling her liars in the press. All of that kind of stuff, right? And she come right up to that reunion and gonna sit there and take her lashes. Kenya Moore, when would have a falling out with a lot of the cast, look, like her, love her, don't like her, don't love her, somewhere in between, that queen would show up. Queen Kenya Moore would, and I don't even be calling women queen like that, but she would show up. And whether it be to face her lashings or face whatever, she would show up. All the ladies have been in the hot seat before and may be on the outs. And maybe not all, but on not Atlanta, but on the franchises across the board, right? So for her to not come because she fell out with everyone is wild. I thought maybe she would come and there would be some resolution with her and Kelly. Because we know, and they were like, oh, they were close. We know they met a year before child taping. Or they were introduced before they started filming. So I think it was whack of her not to come because she had a fall. Her and Portia were still good. Her and Portia were still good. Her and Phaedra, her and Cynthia. So she fell out with Shamia, Kelly, possibly Drew, even though her and Drew, I thought got back kind of good. And then her and Angela could go either way. They agreed to move forward, but we haven't seen the rest of the season. So, but yeah. So I think that that was kind of like a little bit of a coward move, especially when this also comes out. According to TMZ, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Brit Eady, Kenya's posters didn't have pic of me. Her big reaction was because she thought they did. Brit Eady is finally putting to rest a year-old rumor that a whole room of people saw graphic posters of her performing oral sex, saying she doesn't know who was in the pic, but she's absolutely sure it isn't her. Now, let me. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star took to Instagram Friday to confirm she's not appearing in this season's reunion taping, as it's been an emotional and dark year for her. When was this? No, wait. This was written today at 4:04 Pacific Standard Time. What time is that? So that's Pacific Standard. So 7:04 Eastern Standard. But this says she took. All right, here we go. Here's her statement. Child, I can barely see. Now wait a minute. Okay, this is on her Instagram story. As everyone is now aware, I'm not attending the reunion. This was my decision. The events of this season have devastated me, and while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight about one thing: the graphic sexual photos surrounding the events in episode 5. That photo was not me. As the episode makes clear, I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event. And based on what I was told, assumed that it was somehow a photo of me, which is why I reacted in the way that I did. I do not know who was in that photo, but upon seeing it, and then in parentheses, for the first time recently, I now know it was not me. I look forward to seeking I look forward to seeking accountability and moving past this dark part of my life, Brit with a heart. Here's my question. If Bravo did a thorough investigation, would they not have asked Brit, showed Brit the picture, like unblurred it for her to see, or had her come down to the office and watch it, or something, and say, this is you, right? Is Bravo going to try to come out and say they suspended Kenya for that, no matter who it was, because it goes against an ethics clause, a morality clause or what have you? I just find it hard to believe. And I'm not going to say it's not true, but what I'm going to say is Bravo was wild for that and needs to tighten up. Because how could a thorough investigation be done if she's now finding out it wasn't her? Why not go to the reunion and say that? And say, and by the way, and that could have been a big reveal. That wasn't even me in the photo. There's a part of me that wonders, child, did Bravo call you and tell you not to come and guarantee you have a seat uh, next year because they know that the backlash the audience will face, but then you decided to go ahead and just put it out here anyway? I don't know. If she come back next season, something in the milk ain't clean. I feel like after this. Y'all, she said the picture ain't her. But I said there was something about Brit that did not give me Housewife. It didn't give me Love and Hip Hop, but it definitely didn't give me Housewife. More of a Love and Basketball. Love and Basketball Wives. Love and Marriage Basketball. How about that? Watch that be a new show. And for her to say, the events of this season have devastated me. And while I cannot say much right now, I do want to set the record straight. So something else. So what's worse that's coming? I'm wondering. Is there something else worse that's coming? For her not to be able to come and say, I'm a stand in, whatever happened. If stuff happened to me and I was devastated, that means people did things to me. So I'm coming to the reunion because I'm seeking for them to take accountability for what they did. Mm-mm-mm. You walk around with pistols and wait, what? No, oh, I meant to say whistles and pips because I kept saying it wrong. So I'm gonna say it like that for YouTube. You walk around with Whistles and Pips, but you can't come to the reunion and face these women. Now we're gonna see what happened, but I just feel like, mm, mm, Britt. The same Phaedra, because even Phaedra sat there and took her lashing. I mean, she didn't come in knowing that was going to happen, but hey, she sat there. I mean, with a straight face. Now I'm the doggone villain. Britt likes to quote lines. She could have came to the reunion and spilled out everything that everybody did to her and then said, now I'm the doggone villain. Britt. I'm disappointed. I am. I think it's different, whether you like Mary or not. Mary knew that then people was coming to attack her church. The girl that wore the blue dress and the ponytail, I know her name, but I'm not gonna say it. That was racist on the show. I'm sure Mary knew all of that was coming her way. I mean, the girl with the ponytail and the blue dress wasn't gonna say anything, but Mary already knew the energy. I think that was very different, which is why Bravo asked her to come back. But this right here is different. Her not just showing up. I don't know. I don't see her coming back. What y'all think? Y'all think Bravo will have her come back? Because just when we think we know what Bravo is doing, they do something else. Call a different play. Call an audible. Throw a Hail Mary. Throw a flag. I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of it. This video was just short and I hope sweet because I missed y'all. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about Brit's statement. Child, my stomach is growling. This is embarrassing. I hope y'all didn't hear it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Brit and her not coming to the reunion, the reason why, and her now letting us know the pictures aren't her. Really, ooh, I was going to say release the pictures now. But now here's the thing though. No one else said they weren't her. And shout out to Carlos Harris. He made a very good point on Twitter. He said, now somebody get your girl Portia. Remember, Portia was on her YouTube saying that the pictures that Kenya showed of Brit was underage. So, and she saw them. So it wasn't Brit. So all their eyes deceive them. Or was Portia just throwing that out there about Kenya? Did everybody's eyes deceive them? I need somebody else to come out and be like, I thought that wasn't her. The jawline kind of didn't look familiar. Y'all remember, boy, back in the day, she used to suck the meat off the bone. That Bernie Mac, right? Used to call her jawbone. But I want somebody else to come out and say, I thought that wasn't her because the jawbone looked a little familiar, or the hair was different, or this was different. I'm just having a hard time believing Britt just found out that it wasn't her. Didn't Candy say someone showed her the website and it's Googleable? Hold on. Says someone showed her website with Brit Eady. I thought I heard that. Let me see. I could have swore that Candy recently basically said that the pictures were on the website. Let me see. Let me look up one more thing. Because then that would lead me to believe that she saw them. Let me see. Because I didn't even think about that till now. Because I need somebody to say something. Oh, I'm so annoying. This is, oh no, no, we're not gonna replay that. I thought something was get ready to play. Anyway, either way, I know that I need somebody to come out and speak and say that wasn't her. Because I'm having a hard time believing. And I don't like that because I don't like to tell people that I don't believe their story because I would hate for somebody to tell me they don't believe my story and it be the truth. But baby, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all believe it. Let me know what y'all think about Brit not coming. I'm sorry. I do think it was a coward move. Not, I'm sorry. I think it was a coward move. That's my opinion. Y'all may have a different opinion, and there's a way to display that. I mean, we can have that conversation respectfully. Let's have that conversation. What y'all think about? And like I said, Portia said Brit was underage. Now she would have gotten that from Brit, but again, they looked at the photo. The photo wasn't blurred for them. The investigative reporter, in quote, I mean, the investigator that Kenya hired, in quotes, do they not have eyes? Do they not know what Brit looked like? I'm just having a hard time believing it wasn't her. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I keep saying the same thing because I'm trying to go over in my mind how. Y'all also let me know what y'all think about her not coming to the reunion and wanting Kenya back next season. Let's have that discussion again. All right. Love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. See ya and happy Thursday.